So Nicki Minaj is ready to take it all the way there with Jay-Z in their ongoing beef, because she just leaked some audio evidence to prove that not only was Ye's allegedly at Diddy's Fr3ak0ffs, but the Fr3ak0ffs were originally Jay-Z's idea. Nicki has had her issues with Jay-Z for a long time, but it recently blew up to the point where she went off on him on Twitter, claiming that he allegedly tried to poison her to keep her mouth shut about what she knows about him and his Fr3ak0ffs with Diddy. Nicki's claims seem to be the final nail coffin for Jay-Z, because the streets have been trying to tie him to Diddy for a long time, and Nicki just handed over the evidence on a silver platter. Now, Nicki Minaj's beef with Jay-Z has been simmering on the download for like more than 10 years. But it wasn't until January of this year that she finally got bold enough to call him out in his label Roc Nation, accusing them of trying to sabotage her and sponsoring a hate campaign against her. But as it turns out, Jay-Z was not the only one Nicki was beefing with, because she has also had issues with his wife, the Beyonce. Now, Beyonce's beef was kind of weird, because she used to be pretty solid when Nicki back in the day. Y'all remember Feeling Myself? I'm Feeling Myself and Flawless. They teamed up on a couple of tracks and everything seemed to be cool between them. But after a while, fans started picking up on some subtle shade they were throwing at each other in their lyrics. No one exactly knows when things shifted, but word on the streets is that it's tied to Nicki's messy social media behavior. But let's be real, Nicki can get very messy online. She's out here beefing with fans, dragging other celebrities, the rap girls calling out the Grammys. And don't even get me started on all the drama surrounding her husband Kent Petty and his legal issues. But to be fair, when she does go off on social media, it's either in self-defense to set the record straight or to stand up for herself or her loved ones. However, a lot of folks think that Nicki's antics are messing up her own legacy because her personal drama often overshadows her music lately. At least it's like she's been a magnet for chaos, and everyone knows how much Beyonce tries to avoid the drama. She loves to keep her head down, hit the studio, make good music, do her concerts, and focus on her family. So there was speculation that she distanced herself from Nicki because of the drama. But even with all the stuff going on behind the scenes, with Nicki, she managed to keep it cute until Meg Thee Stallion shaded her in the song hits earlier this year and she lost it going off on Jay-Z and Roc Nation. She tweeted, "Be think she a bully cuz she get a Roc Nation brunch every year. Be mad at party. He told all your tea, but you taking shots at my family. Get up on your good foot. Go apologize to your mother and nasty serpent." She also posted a screenshot of an ad by Roc Nation on Twitter where they were promoting the song His, and she said, "Spending so much money, but she's the little broke independent artist. That's alright. You got to let it go, baby. The world knows she's ass and can't rap. Stop trying to make fetch happen. I just put out a song with no promo, no video. It's already number 2." She then claimed that Ye's was using his label Roc Nation to get to her. She slammed Roc Nation CEO Daisy Perez, saying on the next song, "I delve into all the people Desiree allegedly fired for unknown reasons, other things as well. So many people were blindsided and hurt by. Where allegedly she's willing to go broke to try to replace me, fix it, Jesus." And the blogger summed up the issues quite nicely, saying that beef really overhauling yonce, and how she don't mess with the old girl anymore, like that Beben fell back. No matter what's posted on social media after this in real life, they don't want their name attached to "oh boy with the criminal record." Nicki also accused Roc Nation of allegedly sponsoring a hate campaign against her.
And the paid for TikToks and the paid for tweets, to the point where people got their little $250 for their tweet to say something bad about Nicki Minaj, and then the next day it was like, "Bitch, yeah, anyway, I'm listening to Bigfoot." So I don't know why anybody of that, and I'm not talking about any rapper, I'm talking about a company or companies.
So once that door was open, there was no more closing it. And things have been tense between Nicki and Jay-Z since then. But as it turns out, the beef wasn't just because of Nicki's social media activity, because Jay-Z and Roc Nation protected Meek Mill, whom Nicki accused of DV when they were together. Nicki's relationship with the Carters started to turn sour around 2017, and interestingly, that was around the same time that her relationship with Meek Mill started to go downhill, and she made some serious DV accusations against him now. At the time, Meek was signed to the Roc Nation, and there has been some talk that Roc Nation allegedly stepped in to keep Nicki quiet to protect me. Word on the streets is when Nicki wanted to talk about it in the documentary, Nation supposedly stepped in and shut it all the way down.
Remember when my mother would let my father be violent with her, and she always brings up the story as a little girl. I would stand in front of my mother and go like this, and I vowed, like, that's why I'm like, maybe some people would describe me as abrasive or bitchy or whatever, because I vowed from that age no man would ever abuse me, call me out my name, treat me like that. And then all of a sudden, that was my life.
Now, when Nicki posted a snippet from the documentary talking about the toxic relationship she was in, she didn't name any names. But Meek Mill caught his sub and sent Nicki a cease and desist letter. This made her big mad, and she went off on him on Twitter saying, "You a clown, you do it for likes, Twitter fingers, women scared of men, you your own sister," and taped it, spit on her, and taped it, "Cad me in front of your mother," and sent her to the hospital. Sucking Drake's D made you feel tough again, you can. Never stand on your own, you was around, you know, see you soon. However, the streets are now saying that the reason that Jay-Z shut down the documentary wasn't only to protect Meek Mill, but to also protect Diddy and himself. Now, after Diddy got arrested and the indictment documents leaked, there had been reports from multiple sources that Jay-Z was allegedly involved in the Fr3ak0ffs. This would explain why he immediately jumped in to save the day. Only, he wasn't only looking out for Meek Mill once her beef with the Carters was out. In the open, Nicki got bolder, calling Jay-Z out for mistreating him and making things hard for her out of spite. For example, while she was hosting the VMAs last year, she revealed that someone had been bad-mouthing her to the VMAs to try to get them to fire her.
Now listen, real quick. MTV is petrified because they got a couple calls yesterday, and people were saying, what if Nicki says this and if Nicki says that? And you know, and I said, it's okay, MTV, I can control myself.
Well, but you know, she was replaced by Mag the Stum for this year's VMAs. Interesting, isn't it? After her rant against Megan and Jay-Z in January, Nicki managed to avoid Jay-Z, and she ignored him until Kendrick was announced as the headliner for the Super Bowl halftime show next year. Everybody, including Nicki Minaj, expected Lil Wayne to headline because the Super Bowl is happening. Now, New Orleans, Louisiana, that's Lil Wayne's hometown town. But for those of you who don't know, Jay-Z was the majority vote over who gets to perform at the Super Bowl halftime. So when Lil Wayne was passed over, Nicki believed that Ye's was taking his beef with her out on Lil Wayne. She went off again on Jay-Z, reminding him that she had dirt on him too, that she wouldn't hesitate to spill. She accused Jay-Z of selling his soul, saying denying a young black man what he rightfully put in this game. For no other reason but your ego, your hatred for Birdman, Drake and Nicki got you punishing Lil Wayne the GOAT. Know you what good? Eminem stood firm on having 50 Cent come out a white man.